Patrick, Dynamo, DeFi, and then we got Abs. He'll be jumping on later, but the most important man is already in the room. Me, I'm just kidding. Oh, it's Dynamo DeFi.
Of course,
Guys,
it's always you.
No, dude, I am like I'm here to learn from like everyone. I'm just lucky to be here. Dynamo, what you got on your sites, man? We were just talking off screen. A little bit
Bitcoin
about
DeFi, Bitcoin ecosystem, in fact, including runes. We've got the halving coming up. We've got the Stacks Nakamoto upgrade. We've got the launch of runes. So, I mean, number one thing, Bitcoin DeFi feels like the place to be.
Yeah.
Then RWAs. We got the Parcel airdrop. We've got Ondo holding up better than almost any other top 100 coin during the past 7 days. And those are the top two ones on my radar for sure. There's also some Ethereum L2s that are still doing pretty well as far as still accumulating usage. The other thing, Bitcoin ecosystem is Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin just announced their airdrop. Let me go to Merlin chain.io. But yeah, you can go claim this. This is going to be the Merlin token is going to be live. I'll share my screen so you guys can see.
Oh yeah, please do.
Oh yeah, this whole thing is you can go claim your Merl. So if you staked in the seal, you actually got some tokens. It's vested. I think it's like 40% or 30% is circulating, and then you get like 20%, 10% tranches like every other month or so. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. I think this airdrop was fairly decent, especially if you went in with size with a bunch of illiquid JPEGs and ordinals that really had no other utility besides sitting in your wallet. So, I mean, it was kind of free money, yet people still complain about it.
That's the case with a lot of the airdrops. And, the airdrops haven't been doing as well. So there's a lot of talk of, is the airdrop meta over? And I kind of feel like it might be. Not over, but it's slowed down, right? Where a lot of people are just selling airdrops on launch. And I mean, that's how these things usually go. It was like a lot of the airdrops in the fall would, it would sort of take like several days or weeks to run up and then have a local top and then consolidate and go up more. And then it switched to by December, January, it would take like less than a week to hit its local top. And then it was like later that day. And then now it's to the point where most airdrops, the highest price is like the minute it launches, and then it just goes down from there.
Yeah, that's what Wormhole was kind of like a Wormhole just absolutely got annihilated. Wormhole was one. How did Tensor do? I didn't get the Tensor airdrop. It got wrecked.
Tensor, I mean, I sold mine pretty quickly. Let me look at the chart. Tensor peaked like a few hours later. It looks like it peaked like maybe like 16 hours later or something like that, and then has just been down only.
Oh, it's coming back up. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's zoomed out. Oh man, that's so bad. I looked at it like this.
A little while now.
I know. I looked at it like this. I was like, oh, it looks good.
Yeah,
and
it's
then I go like
rebounding.
this, and I'm like, oh, bro.
Yeah.
So bad.
I mean, on the other hand, though, yes, FDV is higher, and I know a lot of people were unhappy with the airdrop.
This one's crazy to me, though.
But the thing with Tensor is, before we get to that, the market cap right now is 107 million, which honestly feels kind of cheap for the number one NFT marketplace on one of the top NFT chains.
Yeah, I think Magic Eden's gonna cook, dude. Magic Eden is good.
Hey, it's Abs.
Abs, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
We're just talking about Parcel. Yeah, Parcel. I mean, again, that's one, the market cap, circulating supply, the market cap is seems relatively low. I mean, it's probably one of the more legit usable RWA projects on Solana right now.
Yeah, I got a little bit of mine, and then I sold a good portion, or not a good portion, but I sold a little bit into Tucker. Dude, I don't know. I've turned into a meme coiner this cycle. It's pretty bad.
Yes, there's Bitcoiners. You're a meme coiner.
Dude, I'm still a Bitcoiner though. Well, I don't know. Actually, it kind of did translate over into memes too, because I went over on the ordinals. At first, I was buying some actually all these things are memes, But at first, I was buying some legit stuff, like I was sticking with Pups, Wizard, um, and then I started DJing a little, and I bought some corn. I bought some Rune, like because like Bitcoin runes, Rune. Come on, guys. Um,
Makes
Pepe,
sense.
this one's OG. I also bought World Peace because the war was going on, and it's kind of like related with Pups. Zbit's blue chip. I did buy that. Pizza's cool too. But yeah, I went a little degen, like a lot. But yeah, yeah, dude. Memes. I'm convinced. Like, oh, I also bought Ansem too. Yeah, that's degen. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I went really degen.
I just find it funny that whenever there's a new interesting chain, we'll mention it and you'll be like, oh yeah, did you guys buy Weed Farm Cat on that chain?
Dude. No, it's THC. The thing is good. I love THC. THC, where's THC?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
that's
hear you.
Tin Hat Cat, right? For people who didn't watch last week's episode.
This guy. This guy is good.
We can't see it, but
Oh, I got you.
yeah.
This guy is good.
Oh yeah, it was. I mentioned Phantom was coming back, and you were like, "Oh yeah, did you buy Tin Hat Cat?"
This guy.
All right. So give us the lowdown on runes. What can we expect in the next week? And not saying specific things, but like what's going to happen? People own these rune stones. They own these memes that are related to rune. What is actually happening?
Wait, but before runes, I want to ask you thoughts on Parcel. This is like your cup
Okay.
of tea. This is your stuff.
Thoughts on
You and Abs
Parcel?
are
I
RW.
interviewed
RWAs
Kellen.
are going to be good, but this isn't my cup of tea.
I interviewed Kellen, one of the co-founders of my channel, a few months back. Really, really like his, maybe it's the whole company's vision for DeFi and RWAs, where basically DeFi is enabling entrepreneurs to make new financial primitives in a way that would have been either difficult or impossible in the past. So this is important to sort of the context. And so basically, DeFi is to finance what independent blogs were to media, right? Where it took a long time, but after a couple decades of blogs and social media, you have independent sort of new online companies that started that are comparable in size to the New York Times, right?
Okay.
And so basically, Parcel is an example of that sort of new financial primitive where you can do perps for real estate markets, and it has a real world use case because you could either speculate on real estate markets somewhere where you couldn't actually easily buy real estate, or you can hedge if you're, for example, I own a house, price has gone up because price of
I like
houses
that.
have gone
I
up.
heard that in your interview.
So you could be like, okay, like I don't want to sell it right now, but I want to, open some sort of short, and if the market goes down, I can, it's like a hedge. And then the other thing is they are collecting a lot of data. They've built out these oracles related to real estate markets, and I think that a lot of that data has the potential to be pretty valuable. So I think Parcel's interesting. I know a lot of people weren't thrilled with the airdrop. It's always so tough to tell, though. I mean, I did fine, but that's because I have referrals, and I had the NFTs on top of that, and I was like borrowing is a lot on MarginFi and then depositing it onto Parcel with the boost from the NFTs.
Yeah.
So the real question is, to me, like the FTV is high. FTV is like pretty high, but the market cap feels like low for what it is, right? It's one of the top RWAs on Solana.
Yeah, but that's where I'm kind of like hesitant on it because it's on Solana. Like, do those guys actually buy legit stuff, or are they just there to just like buy memes?
Well, let's compare, right? Like, I mean, this is probably the most used app on Solana, or one of them, but Jupiter, FTV is 10 billion. Wormhole, even after not being the best launch in terms of price, FTV is 6 billion. Jito, FTV is 3 billion. Radium, and this one's been around for years. Radium, FTV is about 900 million. So there are tokens, legit tokens, that are big on there. HNT is on Solana. That's another big one.
Okay. No, I mean, well, I mean, H&T, I would consider H&T a little bit different. Reason I say it's a little bit different is because people stake it and earn a yield. That's more like a DeFi thing. Whereas, like with Parcel, what's the utility of this thing? It's just governance. You don't do anything with it.
Yeah, I don't know of utility yet. I mean, I'm not saying people should go out and buy it, but that's my take on it.
Yeah, if you don't know what utility is on it, ain't nobody knows what it is. That's why the chart's doing this.
Pith FTV is 6 billion.
Well,
Yeah,
the
but Drake,
fifth, well, the
Drake,
fifth utility is airdrops.
almost every single token is like that right now, right? It's been down, it's been hurt, it's been battered especially after the airdrop, right? Every time there is an airdrop nowadays, right? It's been just kind of stair stepping its way down. But I think I don't know. There's only a few airdrops that has been actually holding their value, and that's Jito. I'd have to call out, and it's probably I think it was you, Drake, that actually had that posted that chart. It was like the chart of all the airdrops where it all started for Solana. First, it was Pyth, and then it was Jito, and then it was Jupiter. So all those three kind of went like this, right, up, and then Solana hit like $200, and on its way down, that's when we received the latter half of the airdrops for Solana. And it's kind of the latter half has been just we receive the tokens, we claim it, and we instantly sell. And then all the prices for those have been pretty lackluster. And people have been selling off, which I don't know what the correlation is in that, if there is one. But yeah.
Not all airdrops have been bad, though. Like, there are literally some airdrops that literally no other YouTubers are talking about because they're all focused on Solana. This is Bitcoin ones, bro.
Real quick, I want to correct something I said. Right now there's not utility at launch, but in their documents they do outline future utility.
Okay.
So governance, we know about governance, right? But governance, of course, data access. So these APIs for all this real estate data, you will need to hold Parcel tokens.
Got it.
To access it, and then network incentives.
What kind of data access?
So that they have all these oracles for real estate data that they use with their application, and then there's
I wonder where they're getting.
There will be ongoing incentives for holders or stakers.
Where are they getting their data from?
That is a question that I don't know the answer to. I mean, we could, if we want to do a deep dive on Parcel. I know I'm pretty sure Kellen explained it to me when I interviewed him, but I don't remember.
What are these things? World Peace. I'm gonna buy some World Peace worlds. You guys want some?
Wait, Drake, did you get the airdrop for Parcel? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it wasn't huge, but yeah, I did get some.
Yeah, I think it paid for my my Starbucks meal that day or something. That's how much I got.
Starbucks meal?
Yeah, dude. I had like a breakfast sandwich. I had a coffee. It was a good $25. You know what I mean?
That's one way to do it, dude. I don't know. Like, I feel like there are still going to be some good airdrops. They had one of them, Avail. Did you guys claim your Avail one?
I'm excited about Avail.
Avail is supposed to be like Celestia, but for Polygon. So I think that one was kind of interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's a giga dump though. Like, just dump it type of thing, or at least like sell a quarter or a third of it.
You can't really knock the backers though. They're backed by some heavy hitters.
Abs, are you drinking Kool-Aid again?
I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. I'm just
I'm
looking at the
kidding with you. I'm
fundamentals.
kidding with you, dude.
Looking at the fundamentals. Do you know who?
No, I'm Abs. I'm messing with you, dude.
No,
I know you got some good stuff.
No. I'm saying that. Did you look at the backers? One thing
No, I did not. I'm not at all. I probably should though.
I know backers are VCs and all that stuff. That's kind of like a big no in this space, but it's just the name of the game, right? But yeah, they need to get their money, so that's why the FTVs and all that stuff. Anyways, Avail is founded by a company called Founders Fund, which Drake, you're in TradFi. Do you know a little company called Palantir?
Yeah. Well, it's not
Wait,
little.
Drake's in TradFi?
Well, I buy stonks, dude. Like,
Oh, okay. I thought you worked in real estate.
I do work in real estate.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, anything that has to do with investing, real estate basically got me in it. I'm only in crypto because real estate, dude. That's it. Like,
Digital real estate.
well, yeah, that's one of the things I want to do is tokenize real estate.
No, I mean like
property.
literal. Like the concept of digital real
Oh
estate.
yeah. I
Like
got you. I got you. Bitmap.
like your Twitter account, like your YouTube channel is like a storefront.
Hey,
Right? And
dude, I got all kinds of real estate. I know I know the value of it.
Exactly.
Well, actually, it's got perks for each of them. Like the real stuff that you see it, touch it, feel it. It's great. Like if everything hits a fan, but it's horrible because if you don't pay your taxes, you lose it. So do you really own the junk? No, not really. But then you got the digital real estate of like YouTube, Twitter, and whatnot. That's great. But do you really own it if you get canceled? No. But the crypto is where it's interesting. Like you actually own it, but if it gets absolutely nuked, at least you own a bunch of like I don't even know what you own at that point. That's why I like crypto. It's just diversification. But
I like the rationale. That's part of why I love my email list. Right? You actually own that. Can't get banned from a platform. Can't nuke.
yeah, I told my dad I do not like the banks, and I told him about like getting absolutely roasted in the crypto market. And he was like, "Son, I told you to sell." And then he was like, "If you had your money at a bank, at least you can call them, even though it's frozen. Maybe they'll unfreeze it." I was like, "Yeah, you're right, but at least I got a bunch of decentralized tokens." But whatever, lesson learned. It was good. But I do want to make a comment on the point about airdrops being down only. Abs, I know you're talking about like the VCs wanting to exit. I think, yeah, they're good in a bull market, but in a bear market, when everything is risk off, I think people flock to the things that are fully in circulation or have like little to no inflation in front of it. And the reason being is when you have more supply hitting the market and demand is already dwindling, this causes the prices to just absolutely tank. So, like, let's say you have 100 coins on the market and 50 buyers, like there just aren't enough buyers. But now you double the supply and you have 200 tokens and 25 buyers now. Now it's just an absolute nukage. However, if you have something that just always has 100 coins on circulation, hence why we're seeing a lot of these meme coins doing something, that creates a recipe for a healthy price action, or at least a environment that people can play in. Like I think if Bitcoin does chop, which I think it should chop for the next month, 2 months, maybe even 3. I don't know where it's going to range, where it's going to stop, but I do think we are going to chop in this range. Let me pull up this chart. Wyckoff. It looks like we just had a Wyckoff distribution.
I mean, it's currently in play and it's not fully confirmed yet, but it's actually tracking towards it, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Wyckoff distribution. That's just what I think, at least. And usually, when something like this happens, nobody really knows the exact bottom of it. Usually, that's something that the market makers tell. But usually, that leads into a Wyckoff accumulation, which is kind of like your trading range. Let me show you this. This is what a Wyckoff distribution looks like. You have like initial pump, and then a higher pump, and then the highest pump, and then you just slowly dwindle out. We're like in the phase D to phase C. So just remember what this chart looks like. Now look at this Bitcoin chart. Let's see. I guess we can go on the daily and just do it. So you had a high, a higher high, and then the highest high.
You're showing
Oh,
the Wyckoff.
So you see you had like a higher high, and then the highest high.
Wait, Drake, let me show you. This is actually a little better. It's
Can you
clear.
not see mine at all?
We can see, but here, let me show you this because
Yeah,
exactly,
you take over the wheel.
Do you see that?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, so boom, that kind of lays it out.
Yeah, so basically you have your distribution right here. This is the model of what it looks like. And what Capo, this is Capo's chart, what he's showing. He's showing the current price of BTC, how it's gone down here. It should bounce here because this is the actual liquidity zone here. So there's a lot of people are stacking up and buying. And now it's on its way back up. So potentially the eyes should be around 74, 75. And if it breaks above that, great. This is going to be invalidated. But if the liquidity zone here is a bunch of sellers, and the demand isn't really surpassing the supply side, therefore it's going to be kind of going down. And this is basically the distribution, and it actually goes with the same exact theory that people are saying that this is going to be a potential um, shorter bull cycle, which would be a little scary because that's not typically in the cards for what we have experienced in the past bull cycles. But yeah, this is going to be a little scary. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be the case and we just kind of bust through the 74, 75. But ultimately, it's pretty much tracking towards this kind of almost to the T.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I told Abs some of this privately already, and I'm not, I don't want I don't want the bull cycle police to come after me on this because I'm still like giga bullish mid long term. I mean, I hope short term as well because I'm personally like super exposed to the industry. But I think it's wise for people to consider what if this cycle has certain things that are very different from other cycles. And that doesn't mean that it won't go higher. But for example, we've never hit all-time high halving before, right? That's never happened. That happened this time. So that's already one thing that's different. We never had the ETS before, of course. That's probably the cause of it. You've got the considerations with the 10-year yields are rising again. You have uncertainty around rate cuts. You've got the macro. I mean, one interesting thing is if you look at stocks for a lot of tech companies, Meta, Nvidia, for example, their local top was around the same, was within a week of Bitcoin.
Isn't Meta still going up though? Dude, I looked at Meta the other day. It was like $600 or like $550.
No, I think it.
The reason I remember that because I think you were in the. Anyways, I was looking at.
Meta is still going up. Sorry, I
Dude,
was wrong on that one. But Nvidia,
yeah,
Nvidia is the one I'm thinking of. Nvidia stock. Meta, I was looking at the performance over certain time frames.
That
Similar
is
to Bitcoin.
nuts, bro.
But Nvidia had a peak in March, like Bitcoin now. So, point being, there's a lot of things to consider, and it's not to say that it won't go higher, but I'm trying to think out like what are some possibilities that might be unorthodox. One would be shorter cycle, like some people are predicting. One would be longer cycle, right, where it takes longer to hit the all-time high. One would be a cycle where the performance, and I think this has already happened to some degree, where the performance is more is less correlated for much of the market. So for example, I mean, there's a lot of top 100 coins that are flat this year so far. They may have gone up for a few weeks and then retraced, and like they're flat. Whereas in 2021, like even if you bought the wrong coin, right? Like if you got like Zcash or something, I don't know what Zcash was at the start of 21, but over the course of the bull cycle, like you made a 10x, right? In 2020 and 2021, if you got Zcash at the bottom. I think there's a lot of coins this time where unfortunately, like your returns may be mediocre at best if you bought the wrong thing. Because that just seems to be how it's playing out. And it could be because the market's more mature. There's too many coins. There could be the fact that, and here's the other thing. This is the last thing I'll say, but I was telling Abs this the other day. A lot of the top signals people are looking for, I think, are not going to happen. I still think we're going to go higher. We'll have a bull market. But for example, people saying they're waiting until Coinbase is the number one app. Most apps are lucky to be the number one app once. Twice, in different years would be crazy. But to be the number one app, when was Coinbase first number one app?
It's probably going to be Coinbase Wallet, not Coinbase.
So, okay, let's say Coinbase was number one app in 2017, number one app 2021. Like it's very possible that crypto has a bull run and Coinbase never gets to number one, right? Like it's just like it could be like, you know, top 10, top 20 app. Like that would still be performance, but like there's no guarantee that those exact same patterns play out. And that could be because crypto is both an asset class and also like a social trend. And social trends can change. And I think that it can go much higher even without that. But I think that some of those things people are watching for. Same thing with the media attention, right? Like Nvidia has done incredibly well. How many people in your life follow, care about Nvidia? Unless they're active tech investors, like almost no one I know does. That hasn't stopped Nvidia from getting a market cap of $2 trillion. I still think Bitcoin can get a market cap of $2 trillion, but that doesn't mean that it will get the same social traction.
Pat, I agree with you, man. The cycle is completely different because the money is all focusing on Bitcoin, and the only reason why the alts have been somewhat mediocre, you know, on that the mediocre rise, is because people are still speculating, and some of the savvy traders are actually selling their Bitcoin because it's at, you know, new all time highs, flowing it into altcoins, but you know it's not really getting to those 2020 to 2021 levels because that was insane. If you were around 2017, that was even more insane. Any ICOs that you got your hands on, it was an easy 100x. And they shut that down like after that bull cycle, and it shut down quick. Yeah, the market is maturing, but all the money is actually just flowing into Bitcoin, and eventually it'll be ETH. Eventually it'll be, you know, your Chainlink, your, you know, your AVAX, your Solana, and all that stuff. But for now, it's all BTC show. It's not going to be anything different than that. There's not, you know, no one's going to care about, you know. Sorry, Drake. No, the only thing that came to mind right now is Doginals. No one's going to care about Doginals.
I feel like that could be a beta play on BTC.
I'm telling you, dude, Doginals is a long-term play, dude. Like I'm telling you, look, we aren't going to have those altcoins like we might, but I don't think we're going to see those altcoins like low FTV, bunch of VCs, all kinds of garbage, just absolutely pump anymore. Like I think that playbook is played. It's almost like Olympus DAO. Like nobody plays that game anymore, or Time Wonderland. I think it's going to be a new game of like meme coins this cycle. I really do think that. And BRC20s and Doginals, I categorize those into the meme coins because they're a very illiquid supply, and it's you can pump them very easy. You see what I'm saying? Like people love to speculate, they love to gamble, and that's just human nature, and that's how it's always going to be. So whether they choose to gamble and speculate on some lottery tickets or some meme coins, like eventually people are going to be like, bro, why am I buying this dumb lottery ticket? I'll just throw it at this coin called Boop.
No, I totally agree on that part. I mean, you have like other things besides Bitcoin. You've got Solana, you've got Base, you've got other chains that are gaining some traction, certain other things in the Ethereum ecosystem. But you know, here's one example. So Zcash, from January 1st, 2021 to its peak, it did a 6x, right? And even before then, like it was, you know, mid-January, it did like a quick 2x. Zcash year to date, and I'm sorry for anyone watching this who's a big Zcash fan. I'm just using it as an example. Zcash year to date, it started the year at around $27, looks like. Currently 21.73.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm trying to make is people already played out that game. Like Zcash was like, you mine coins and like this is fun. Like Bitcoin was the one that survived.
This isn't about meme coins though. The point is that there's a lot of things I think that I actually would agree about meme coins, but there's a lot of things that are even, you know, fine projects that maybe, you know, they have some use, but you're not going to be guaranteed to get those returns solely because you're in the asset class.
I agree. It's almost like stocks. It's almost like stocks. You can't just simply buy the S&P anymore. You can't. Like, well, I mean, you can.
Or not even the S&P. Like, imagine if it was like you bought some random company, right? And I
Oh,
mean
I
that
do that
literally.
all
Like some
the
of these
time.
coins, like imagine you just like bought some, you know, like, oh, like I heard about this company that like makes trying to think of a business that's like
Magic Enterprises.
Magic
bought
Enter.
that.
I don't know anything about them, but yeah,
They do
like let's
something
say
like in the digital
I'd
space.
be
I
like,
don't
oh,
even
like
know.
I found this like well, actually I like railroads, but let's say like I found this company that like makes widgets, you know, based out of wherever. Like I think they're going to be great, and you buy them, and
That's
then you're like,
magic.
oh, like what's that?
That's what magic does.
Oh, is it? But then you're like,
Yes.
so imagine you bought this company that makes widgets, and then you were like, hey, like Meta is going up. Why is this company that makes widgets not going up? And it's
It
like, well,
isn't going up.
because it's a totally different company, right? And that's the same thing when people are like, well, Bitcoin's going up. Why isn't this like, you know, third tier chain that I bought
That's why I
going up?
stay out of TardFi, because like the theses and the concepts don't match up. Like in TradeFi, it's either you buy like commodities or you buy the best in breed. Like it doesn't work degenning over there. Period. Like even with crypto stocks, like the best in breed is CLSK and Coin. Don't buy anything else. Like if you bought Strong Dig or if you bought Hut, you're absolutely roasted. But yeah, it's the same. I like it's yeah. Over there, it's less degen. I mean, sure, people will degen, but it's not the risk to reward is not in your favor. Like the upside is maybe a couple of X's unless you're hitting like the pink sheets. And in crypto, it's like oh, dude, I forgot to tell you about this latest one. You guys remember the DigiDart plays? I got to show you guys this one. You guys will get a huge laugh out of this. This is Pogai. This, I guess they did like a sophisticated pump and dump yesterday, and I was holding this from months ago. Look at this chart, bro. Like, what is this? Can you guys see this? This did like
What?
1,000% return in a few hours.
With liquidity? I mean, it still has.
Yes, bro. It's got 2 mil in liquidity.
What?
I know. Here. Let me. Okay, hang on. I got to show you this chart because I was looking at it and I was like, "What the snap is going on?" Give me a second. Here you guys can look at this for a second. But I had 2 wallets with some tokens in it, and I was like, "What is going on with this?" I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sell. So I was like, "I'll sell," and this thing was just an absolute dead bag for me. But yeah, here. So I just started selling this thing and I was like, sell, 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 sell. And it just kept going up and it kept going up and it kept going up. And I'm like, what's going on with this? And then I basically got like 3 ETH from it for free. Well, of course, I paid money for the tokens in the past. Like I bought, you can't even see it. I've held this token so long, but I bought this token like over here somewhere. It was so long ago. But at the Dynamo, this is the DigiDart strategy I was talking to you about. I know it sounds really dumb, but it is really dumb. Yeah. But it does something from time to time.
So you're playing roulette.
No, it's not roulette. It was some meme coins that I had like 8 months ago. But you set up alerts for them, and then when they just bounce, you get out. Just like with FriendPet, obviously FriendPet ended up mooning and doing its thing. Boop was another example for me, but I think Boop is actually something that's different. So I sold that one I bought it at like 100K, sold it at 3 mil, and ended up buying at like 30 mil, 20 mil, and like 25 mil. I bought back in. Like I didn't sell all of it. I sold a very, very small amount, but I was like, I don't know. I just have a different thesis on this one. So, but yeah, the thesis on it is like looking for quote unquote high conviction memes, or at least memes that they don't have to be high conviction, but they can just be like a good risk to reward. Like Pogai was considered the quote unquote China's Pepe. And last meme cycle, it was actually doing really well. But I have no idea why this thing did 1,000% return in like 2 hours yesterday. All I can say is like God was looking out. That was it. It's like if I wasn't near my computer, And if I wasn't like, I'm selling this thing, I would have got absolutely roasted. Well, back to where I was now. But that's the strategy I'm talking about, Dynamo. You lose a lot of money, but you get some of these winners and they pay for the losers. You see what I'm saying? So like with like a $500 or $600 investment on that turned into like 3.5 ETH. So the 500, the reason why it was 500 is because it was just a more hey, I think this one is going to play out really well. China, Pepe, come on. Like that's a good thesis, I think. So looking at it like that, you size up a little larger. However, if it's something dumb, or at first I thought was something dumb, like Boop, I threw $100 at it at 100K market cap. The thing moons to like 40 mil cap, 30 mil cap. You can't calculate those returns. However, that can pay for a ton of losses. So I can pick like 200 other Boop the dogs, and they can all go to zero, and I'm still in the green. Like we are in a different market in crypto compared to the stock market. Like we're just blessed to be in something like this. Like 10 years ago, like 5 years ago, this didn't exist, bro. It really didn't. But look who we're battling against. I'm trading against you and you're trading against me. We're all noobs. Think about it. We aren't dealing with TardFi. TardFi is out there and they're like, I'm going to nuke you because I know everything. Now TardFi is coming. We got like maybe a year, maybe less to have fun with this.
Oh, there's a lot of them here already.
But
There's a lot of them
they
here.
aren't playing the memes, dude.
There's
They
a
don't.
lot of them here.
They aren't
Yeah,
playing
I
the
do
memes.
think that's part of why memes have become more popular because it's a way
Exactly.
people can win. But even like look at all these bots now. Like it's become increasingly competitive to trade without bots.
Come to Bitcoin. There ain't no bots over here. Actually, all right. There are manual bots. For the first time ever last night, I bought something. I was waiting for my transaction to confirm, and someone front ran me. I'm like, yes, I'm in the min pool. Let's go. And then like 5 minutes later, it says, sorry, your transaction hash has been replaced. And I'm like, what? No, I bought these tokens. Money's refunded to my wallet. I missed out on the tokens. The tokens end up doing like another 50% gain. And I'm like, I'm buying in higher, boys. And that was it.
How does that work?
They can front run you. Like they just find your transaction and they, I guess they copy the hash data. I don't know. I remember seeing some tweets on Magic Eden. I didn't look into it because I was like, this won't happen to me. Like I don't trade that much.
Was it on Stacks or where was it?
No, this is on Bitcoin.
Oh,
It happened on OKX, like OKX, Magic Eden. Like you buy something, and they front run you. It's crazy. Like I was buying this. I was buying this right here. Wait, you can't see it. That's right. I was buying some Rune. DJ and play, but I was buying some because like thesis is like runes. People thinking Rune is the token to buy. I mean, bro, 4 mil cap on a multi-trillion-dollar or $1.3 trillion chain. Like it's well worth the play. But I put it in a buy and someone front ran me. I'm like, are you serious? And then thing ended up mooning. And I was like, all right.
all right. So I know that we have 2 days left, or less than that.
How many days? Let me check the mempool. But Dynamo, there's different ways to play it, man. There's 144 blocks. So 12, 144 times 10 divided by.
Oh, I don't know if we shouted out. Stu made a comment.
That's like 2 days.
You guys rock. Thank you for the compliment. You
Oh,
rock for
dude,
watching.
I'm so sorry. We do have comments. I always forget that. Stu, you are the man. We're putting you on the fridge. We should just leave him on the whole video. Thanks for watching, Stu. But Dynamo, that is the thesis on the digit arts. That's what I was talking about. But there are different ways to play it. Like I can go through a list of ones that I just got absolutely roasted and lost my ham on it. Like lost all my money type of thing. like it either rugs, go to the zero. So it's like the winners. I only showed you the winners. Like I don't even remember the losers. That's how bad it was. But I just think meme coins are better, more in your favor. So I remember last bull run, like I don't know if you guys did this, but I did this. As the bull run got further on, you size up larger. Did you guys notice yourself doing that?
Yeah, because your bankroll has like three
No,
to
no, no,
ten
no.
x.
You take bigger bets.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
even
no,
though
it's
you
called the
had
house
the
money effect.
well,
Have
no,
you
no,
heard
no.
that?
You initially had the cash there, like you initially had the money. Like normally you would throw like $500 at something, but then it climbs to 1,000, 5, 10, 20,000.
Well, I didn't initially have the money, but have you heard of the house money effect? It's a thing in poker.
I haven't
It's
heard of that.
so the house money effect is basically there was this great thread on it last cycle, but basically house money effect is like as your bankroll goes up because you're making money. Basically, people start because it feels like the money is on the house, right? Like they've already got back their initial 10 times
Makes
over.
sense.
So basically start making bets that otherwise you would never dream of, right? Like you're betting the like cost of a new car on some NFT or meme coin. And it's like at the start, before you started trading, when you had like no money, you would have been like, I'm no way, I'm not putting $40,000 into something like that. Like I'm getting the car. But then since it's house money, people make bets that otherwise they never would.
Yeah. I think once like I had to start catching myself where I was like, all right, I'm starting to take way too big of bets. I need to stop because I remember this last bull run and I got absolutely roasted because you get to the point to where it's like one bad play, two bad plays, and you start feeling it and you're like, oh snap. I mean, we're blessed to be in an industry where you can literally make it all back in one trade, or you can play a couple of things and you just get money just raining down on you. Like people aren't even talking about this on Bitcoin. Everyone's talking about like Tia airdrops, Dimension airdrop, whatever. Bro, Bitcoin has the best airdrops. Runestone, this is like 8 grand. This was airdrop or 7 grand. This was airdrop to everyone's wallet for free. Like as long as you had 3 ordinals in it, which is like peanuts. Prometheans, this was just airdropped to you guys a few days ago. Literally 30 minutes ago in my wallet, or 47 minutes ago, I got airdropped some like, can you guys see this or no? I don't even know. I got some like grandpa airdrop to my wallet. I don't even know what it's worth. Um, Tiny Vikings were airdropped. This is zero point 0.01 Bitcoin, like $1,000. The pizza runes were airdropped. Another like $400. At its peak, it was like $800. You literally get so many airdrops on Bitcoin, and still people are not talking about it. It's mind boggling. Like literally, anyone who set up 5 wallets on Bitcoin and spent like $3,000 or $2,000, you didn't even have to spend that much. You could have held like a garbage ordinal collection. If you set up 5 wallets and you spent like $1,000 in Bitcoin and just playing and trading and holding some ordinals, you'd have over 100K in airdrops in all those wallets, like minimum. It's crazy, and people don't even talk about this stuff. And I think there's still going to be a lot more airdrops, but that's just what I'm thinking. Uh, like for example, where is it? Get some of these OG collections if you can on a dip. Like I think Runes is going to suck a lot of liquidity out of these. So if you can get some of like these blue chips, like Node Monks, Bitcoin Puppets, the Frogs, I think you're going to do okay. These will be like airdrop magnets. These will get you guys some tokens. And I think they will go up over time. I think these are like museum pieces because they were just like the first on Bitcoin. But going back to this, the Bitcoin wizards, they're actually airdropping their magic internet money token to people who used Thorchain, people who have a Bitcoin machine, and a couple of other things. So they're actually branching out to a lot of people, which is kind of cool.
Jeez.
Abs, you were in ordinals early days, right?
I was. I just.
Go check your wallets.
Yeah, but I don't have anything.
Oh, you sold everything?
No.
Do you have any ordinals?
I have a few that I purchased I say like 2 months ago.
Go check your wallet right now.
I have a game of blocks airdrop.
Okay, that's worth like $200.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, game of blocks is right here.
0.001 is $200.
Oh man, it went down. Bummer. Yeah, it was like 0.004. Where's game of blocks? Oh yeah, dude, this thing went way down. Good thing is it's probably going to be a pre-rune. Like this rune banana was airdropped. This thing was like 0.003 Bitcoin. It's like roasted now. Rune Guardians were airdropped. These held up pretty well. You probably have one of these in your wallet. This is like $500. A little goofy
No,
looking thing.
I do not have that.
You didn't get a rune stone?
No.
What about an Arsic?
What was the runestone eligibility again?
3 ordinals. No inscriptions. Ordinals, like the
By when?
JPEGs.
Are they all claimed?
You didn't have to claim it. It's just given to your wallet. Bro, welcome to Bitcoin. So awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bitcoin's being slept on. What are you guys' thoughts on the halvening? Are you guys playing it, or what are you guys doing?
I don't know. I'm just literally holding what I'm holding and trying to survive. I made some pretty dumb moves. Obviously, shouldn't have capitulated a little bit, which I did. I don't know. Got a little scared, but I'm back on the train. But it's all house money, so it's not really. I just got to grind it out a little bit longer and just stay patient.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is don't get chopped up. Like this market is going to be violent and it's going to be volatile.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you got to be careful getting chopped up for sure. I've been there. I've taken some dumb decisions, dude. Like there's some where you over lever on a play, and like, bro, the market it hands it to you, big time. What about you, Dynamo?
No, I mean I've made mistakes for sure, big mistakes. Sorry, I was reading something.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Some
My
stuff's
bad.
going on in like the in the Middle East right now.
What's
If
going
you're
on?
wondering. I guess there were a bunch of explosions in Iraq and Iran. TBD. It's a developing story.
Is Bitcoin nuking now?
Not really. It's down. I mean, it's down in the past.
Oh, it's nuking. It's nuking.
30. It's definitely down in the past 30 minutes. It's down back to about 62.
Wonder what's developing over in the Middle East.
Well, there was at least one. It looks like there was one. Okay, this is a crypto show, guys. It's a crypto show, family-friendly show. Looks like there was at least one confirmed Israeli airstrike in Syria, and then there's been a number of explosions in Iran with an unconfirmed source.
Where do you see all this news? I never see.
Dude, I have you got to follow the Intel accounts on Twitter and Telegram.
Oh, like Whale Watcher Guru or something.
No, I just sent you like a link to one. I sent you another one.
I'm so out of the news, bro. I don't even.
I try to be, but it's tough sometimes.
You subscribe to this guy? Is that what you do? Oh, God.
No, I'm not even following him actually. I guess I should. I just go to the page.
Wow.
I don't think they nuked Israeli. I think they're nuking our portfolios. Okay, that was a lame joke. All right. I had to. All right, I'll subscribe to a couple of these. So outside of that, what else are you guys looking into the markets?
I don't know. I really have a good feeling this year, in addition to Bitcoin, about RWAs. I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about this concept of a Bezos number. And basically, Bezos number is Jeff Bezos, before he started Amazon, he was doing research for something when he was at that finance firm in New York. And read about the internet and found it was growing at 2,300% per year. And he said his quote was something like, "Nothing grows 2,300% per year except for bacteria in a petri dish." So he said, like, I gotta start some kind of company that takes advantage of this thing that's growing. So the idea of a Bezos number is any number, some trend that is just growing so fast that it's like the whole justification for the business is like, this thing is growing 10x a year, we're going to ride this wave, right? Or this thing is growing so fast we can ride the wave. And I kind of feel like real world assets, tokenized real world assets, could be that, because tokenized US treasuries are up 10x since the start of 2023. You've got BlackRock now starting to do tokenized things on chain and publicly talking about it. You've got so many, like look at how many RWA projects are launching with real regulatory compliant and working products now than there were in the past. You've got all these other institutions that are becoming interested in crypto via the ETFs. I feel like tokenized real world assets could be getting ready to have a moment. So I'm pretty interested in that.
I think Tether's getting in the game too.
Yes, that's it. That's another one. Tether's getting into the game. So like, what happens? Who benefits if we go from having, what do we have now? Like a little over $1 billion of tokenized real world assets, like 1 to 2 billion. Who benefits? Which projects? If we go to having $500 billion of tokenized real world assets, not even that much. I mean, obviously it's a lot, but like compared to the number of assets that could theoretically be tokenized, like, or $100 billion, right? What if it does 100x? Some projects are going to benefit a lot, right? Pendle is probably one of them.
Bro, Pendle is the biggest. There's an example. Pendle, biggest fumble of my life, bro. I sold it at a loss, 10 cents.
Yeah. Real. What's another one? Like any of these things, like Ondo, Rio, these various projects that are actually
Centrifuge, Maple.
Yeah.
Ooh, Maple.
Maker.
I remember Maple got roasted from FTX or something like that.
Yeah, like all these projects that are building the infrastructure to tokenize them, like, rumor has it they might cook.
But I think I completely agree with you.
Son.
I definitely agree with you, Pat. It's just that I think it's going to take a lot of time for that to happen, because there's going to be some like rules and laws that need to be in place and regulation about that, and it's probably going to be heavily scrutinized, obviously, by the SEC. That takes a lot of time for it to do that, and then obviously, if the target is going to be to bridge over $1 trillion worth of tokenized assets in several different sectors, which sector goes first, right? And how long will that take? Many years. Maybe not this cycle, but it's definitely going to ramp up to it. I'm pretty sure, Ondo is going to be that forefront. I think that Maker is already putting that stamp of, charging ahead. Basically, they're buying so much. I believe they're buying a bunch of like U.S. Treasuries, tons of money that's being sloshed around here, and I think Maker is going to be like the number one RWA in my opinion, and then if not already it is, and then what is it? Ondo plus. You guys heard of props, right? Like Proppy.
Yeah, I got some of that for free from Coinbase. I also am holding some garbage Credify coin that is just absolutely mooning. It's called Credi. I can't even remember why I'm holding this thing.
Because you're going to tell us in about 3 months that it mooned.
Dude, I don't even know why I bought this thing. Like, I don't even remember. Back when I could actually use
it's going to be $2 billion market cap in like 3 months.
Bro, there's like no liquidity on this thing. It is going to trade like a meme coin. Man, crypto. Tell you what, dude.
Yeah, the markets are nuking, guys. This is not good.
Are they nuking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to show you the liquidation map. I think it's really just a liquidation wash. I say we wash down, get a nice wick below 60 would be nice. That'll wash out all that leverage. But long term, it looks really healthy.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, Drake.
No, I don't wish for that.
Do you remember May 2021 when it was like, okay, I'm not trying to doom post here. I'm just sort of like making conversation for anyone tuned in. But remember May 2021 when it was like inching towards 40, just like inching towards it. And I remember I was watching the chart, and then like the second it hit 40, it just like nuked to 30K. Do you remember that?
Was that was after the first pump or after the second one?
That was after the first pump. It was like inching towards 40. Maybe not the second, but
Yeah,
it was
but
like,
wasn't that fueled by leverage? Like this is the leverage.
okay,
What I'm
I just
showing
said
you
I'm
is
not
the
trying to
leverage
doom
pump.
post. I'm just making conversation.
No,
I just-
no,
I
that's
just-
what I'm saying. What I'm showing you right now is a leverage map. Like this
Yeah.
is all the leverage in across exchanges. This is on ETH and this is on Bitcoin. Like you can see here, these are the different points for market makers to grab liquidity. Like, I mean, sure, they can run it all the way down to 53K if they wanted to, but they got a total of 1.85 billion to go after, or they can wick it up to 70K and wipe out 6 billion. I mean, if I was a market maker,
That one
I'm
was
going for
fueled
4x.
by leverage unraveling.
Yeah, because like I think we can still go down though, where it's like spot driven selling. I think that's definitely a possibility. Like right now, I think what's holding up the markets is like runes and Bitcoin halvening coming up. Like people are just excited about it. I hope it's not a buy the rumor, sell the news event, but I think it's highly likely that it is. But I also think it's highly unlikely because you guys, I just asked you, what are you guys doing about runes? And it was like straight up crickets. And I'm like, you guys do everything crypto and you guys aren't even touching runes. So, I mean, it's like, I wonder what the normies are doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think
there's three different red flags for me that's happening right now, right? Well, maybe four now since I'm talking about it. The sell in May, go away theory, where people leave for the summer and money just stays stagnant, markets stay stagnant for, until end of August, early September. Once early September comes out, kids are back to school, people are coming back to degen, people are back from their vacation homes, from the beach, all that. Then they start sloshing around money again, and then the music, begins again, starting September. That's number one. Number two is that no one knows what's happening with the Silk Road BTC. I know it makes up a small subset, a small portion of BTC out there. I think it's like $2 or $3 billion. No one's talking about that because we don't know if people are selling. We'll know eventually, and if they did sell in a month or two. Number three is Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox portion is still there. Government plans on selling that too, but maybe there's an OTC deal happening. I don't know. I mean, hopefully that's to our benefit. So isn't that four I just mentioned? Silk Road, Mt. Gox, sell and may go away.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it like I take the approach of, hey, I'm long term bullish. All this is going to be choppy, and I'm young. Lord willing, like we can make it through, whatever. I just think I'm betting on this sector. So I'm the type of person that is like, okay, get a job IRL, make money that way, and then slowly DCA into crypto and accumulate Bitcoin and ETH. And for the time being, Bitcoin and ETH are going to be my staples type of thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Like that's how I play it. But that is like degen. I'm young. I'm incompetent, and I'm not as smart as everyone who's probably watching this. But that is just how I play it. And Lord
and
willing,
number four is war.
Oh yeah, wars. But then you look at it like, okay, when have we ever predicted a recession? I mean, it's like the markets love to climb a wall of worry. And I think once we hit the time where everyone's like euphoric, everyone's going to be like, bro, this is awesome. We're going to the moon. Like, oh, dude, Tesla is going to like 10x from here. That's when like you want to watch out. Like, if you look at this, let me show you these funding rates. You can get paid to go long Sui and Tia right now. I think this is going to be like a massive short squeeze on these two. Like if the markets, that's why we saw Tia just absolutely send, and that's what fueled Tia from $2 to like $20 is because everyone was scared in the markets. That was when it was like peak bearishness, if you remember, and everyone was selling this, and that's why you had this wick from $7 to like $11 right here. That was a short squeeze. I think the same thing is going to happen play out pretty shortly, because people are just shorting the mess out of this thing. It's a low float or a low float coin. I learned my lesson the hard way. Shorting this garbage. You don't want to short crypto. I mean, yeah, it's a good idea. You can make a good play, make a quick trade, but like, don't size up with it, because you can get absolutely roasted. Your upside is capped at 0, like if it hits 0, and your downside is infinite. Like if that thing sends to a milli, like I showed you on the POGI chart, the stinking thing did 1,000% return within an hour. Imagine if you were shorting that thing, which people were probably shorting it to 0 because it's a meme coin. Like, this thing's going to 0. I'm going to short it. Yeah, it probably is, but then the risk to reward is not in your favor. Like, the most you can make is 100% on your money, like to the downside. Whereas on the upside, like, you can just lose tons. But whatever. We got some. Okay, so Chicago Brew, the news and the wars they want us to focus on are distractions and what they don't want us to see. They pride themselves as being able to manipulate the public to focus on what they want. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, no, I mean, news is a distraction. That's why I don't watch it, but it's probably important to at least know what's going on. Joe Kennedy, being a wise old investor, thought, if the shoe shines boys are giving stock tips, then it's time to get out of the market. Okay, I like that.
That's a good one.
Well, good news, I'm not giving stock tips. I'm just telling you things to get roasted. Well, we didn't really get to cover runes, but I know we're on the hour. I think we'll just have to see how this turns out, if this is just going to be an absolute.
So Drake, 30 seconds. We'll give you 30 seconds. How do you get a rune?
You have a couple of options. You can do the ordinals, which are like your rune stones, your R6. Those are your pre-rune ordinals, or like
so
the
just
rune
buy
pups.
them? Buy these?
Yeah. Or you can buy some of the pre-runes, which are like wizard pups, corn,
and then
LFG, Pepe. When runes goes live, they're going to be doing a token swap. World Peace is also one of them. Nobody's really talking about this one.
So no one knows what the token swap will be.
No, they announced it. They said depending on which one it's going to be. Like corn is like 94% of their token supply is going to the ordinals or the BRC20s, and then like 4% of the NFT, and then another 4% of the NFT. Did I say 94 or 92%?
You said 94.
92% is going to the BRC20s, and then 4 and 4 to NFT collections or ordinals. And that's it. And then runes, when they go live, you can go ape and then waste a bunch of gas if you want to do that. But I'm not about that. So I think what I am doing is I'm holding the airdrop tokens that I have, and I am the airdrop like R6. I didn't get R6, but I got rune stones, and then I bought some pre-runes. I got pups, I got wizard, I got rune as a degen play, I got world peace, I got corn, I got pizza, I got all of them, dude.
Yeah.
There's actually a really easy category to go to right here. Wait, is it here? No, it's not here. Wait, it might be here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So on OKX, you're going to have this runes tab. This is where you can buy and sell the runes when they go live. But on Magic Eden right now, if you're trying to buy the pre-rune stuff, they actually have a very convenient tab called pre-runes. You just go here and it gives you all the pre-rune stuff to get exposed.
Nice. So you just buy any of these and basically you'll get runes.
Remember, they're IOUs, so make sure you pick good teams. Usually the price is kind of reflecting the team right now. Like the market's already pricing this stuff in.
Gotcha.
And remember, these are IOUs. So a rune from a hobo is not the same as a rune from a very rich man. Like, you get it? Like a hobo owes me $1,000. I know I'm not getting that from a very rich man owes me $1,000. I'm probably going to get it.
Maybe.
So calculate that in. All right, boys. Let's hit you guys with wisdom one-liner time. We're going to do Proverbs chapter 19 verses 1. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than a fool whose lips are perverse. I'll take it. So blameless is basically just being like someone who's
Wait,
trustworthy.
wait. Number four.
What's for? Let's do it. Wealth attracts many friends, but even closest friend of a poor person deserts them. Don't be poor, guys. Don't be poor. That's what it means. Oh, wait, let me get rid of that. Yeah. Don't be poor or you won't have any friends.
Wow, that is some wisdom if I've ever heard it.
Dude, that's King Solomon is on point, isn't he? He's good. All right, boys. Good stream. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.